and no hope of getting out when the street looks like this.
Your street still looks like this. What are your thoughts that your street still looks like this?
I'm just thinking the assets that the county has are just being taxed.
Taxing, too, is the prospect of shoveling through the wall left by the plow. They're saying if it's not done by Tuesday, to give them a call.
I didn't know that, but I will do that just to remind them that we're still alive and well and on Overbrook Road.
Help!
Help!
In Towson, the plow came through this street, but James, he not only has to shovel, he has to move it across the street. This seems like hard work, buddy.
It is.
How long have you done it?
Since about 7 o'clock.
Most people just have to move it a foot or two and they're complaining.
Yeah, well, this side's full, so I didn't want to fill up that sidewalk.
How long are you going to be out here?
Until I'm done.
Now, the county road boss says in Baltimore County, if your road is not plowed by tomorrow, then you should give them a call. I'm Mike Schuh, WJZ Eyewitness News, reporting from Annesley. Back to you on TV Hill.
And in the wake of the blizzard, many communities are coming together, helping with plows, shoveling, and digging out. Ron Matz has more from North Baltimore.
I'm Ron Matz in North Baltimore, from Canton to Columbia, from Westminster to Waverly. Neighbors are helping neighbors dig out from this record Baltimore snowfall. The plows are working overtime. The snow is piled high along East 32nd near Barclay Street. Ted Applegarth is digging out with a little help from his friends.
Yeah, everybody's out. It's kind of like a sidewalk shovel party going on.
Helping each other.
That's it. And Able Avenue is a really good community for that kind of thing. Everybody kind of looks out for each other. So, and it showed yesterday.
A community showing support amidst a record-breaking Baltimore snowfall.
You know, people getting together, working together on their own cars. So teamwork's good, weather like this.
Just ask Dave Stahl, the owner of the legendary Pete's Grill. Open for business thanks to a fraternity at Johns Hopkins University.
They deserve a call. I think it's Beta Theta Pi.
So that kind of thing was how to find it to week.
I filed my taxes online with H&R Block.
And at Pete's Grill today, they offered free coffee to police, fire, and EMS workers. I'm Ron Matz in North Baltimore. Now back to you.
And our first warning weather coverage continues now with Bob Turk, who's going to update the current conditions and talk about that refreeze coming tonight. Bob?
That's going to be something you have to watch out for. Right now, pretty mild, all things considered, how cold it's been. We're back up to 37, 40 in D.C., 45 in Easton. However, tonight, we're going to drop, yes, below freezing. But temperatures now running 4, 5, 6, 7, 11 degrees warmer than we had just yesterday at this time. However, tonight, we'll go down below freezing. That means any of that meltwater out there in the streets, in the gutters, on your walkway or driveway is going to refreeze unless it's been salted or treated or has been dried up. It looks like we're going to definitely deal with black ice issues, which means you can't really see it, but you might just slip on it. So please be careful. And driving as well. You're going to have a lot of that meltwater in certain areas where the roads, where it takes that meltwater from where it's been sitting in the gutters and crosses roads. You might just run into a patch of ice. So something you have to be careful with this week, because it's going to happen probably every night that we get below freezing for the next, until the snow really is gone, which is going to take quite some time. The good news is it gets warmer tomorrow than we had today. Back to you.
Okay, thanks, Rob. The city has a lot of work ahead of it. The mayor just updated the progress that they are making.
Yeah, our complete coverage, as you see, continues now with Abijoy Burnett. She's at the City Operations Center with a summary of just what was said today in this news conference. Abijoy.
First of all, I love your name, Lala. And the band Mute Mouth is actually going to perform that song that you're in the video a little later on. But this is fantastic. They chose you because you sort of made a museum in your home of just pictures. We saw a little bit of in the video of your wife, and her name was?
Louise.
Louise. And you called her?
Miss Lou.
Miss Lou. And tell me about her and tell me where you met, the first time you saw her.
Well, I was a shoe shine boy. And right across the street, her uncle had a cafe. And for lunch, I would go to the cafe, and I would kind of, put them squeegee eyes on her, And she was kind of bashful, you see. And her uncle would notice this each day, and he started teasing her about this, and she wouldn't come out when I came to lunch. She wouldn't come out, she stayed back there. But, when I put that eye on her, that was love at first sight. Yeah. You talking about love at first sight? That was it right there.
That was it. So, and how long did it take her to have love at first sight?
That was a love at first
That was
sight.
her. That was it. She saw the eye, and that was it.
Got them eyes,
You
girl.
knew it, she knew it.
And from time to time, when she got angry at me or something, I would look her dead in the eye, and she'd yeah.
That's really sweet.
Yeah.
That's really sweet. So she passed away just a month before your 60th wedding anniversary, but I understand something really special happened before she passed.
Oh, my. That night, I'll never forget. She said, about midnight, she said, I have a little indigestion. Would you get me some Sprite? I said, of course. And I went and got the Sprite. She took a couple swallows. She said, oh, I feel better already, And then about 3 o'clock in the morning, she said, oh, I got that funny feeling. Would you get me some more Sprite? I said, of course. And I went and got her some more Sprite. And she said, I feel better, And about, I'd say about 6 o'clock in the morning.
4:44 p.m. Monday, January 25th, 2016.
I'm going to get up and make the breakfast. And she said, okay. I said, would you like to get up with me? She said, no, I'm going to lay here for a little while, And I was noticing she wasn't doing well. And I said, I got to call 911. And I called 911, and, they came in real response time, And I called them, I said, and I went back to her. I started patting on the face like this. And boy, she looked up like this. And we looked at each other, and she told me, I love you. And that was it, And of course, after she told me that, a little numb and stuff like that. But my greatest memory from that, I can live with that for the rest of my life.
That's beautiful. I know that you have a bunch of bright-colored umbrellas in your backyard as a monument to her, also because you love umbrellas and bright umbrellas for in place of flowers. So we got you something to add to that. So you can put there as well. All right. You guys here, they're going to perform the song after the break. We'll be right back.
The all-new Prius will shatter your expectations with a striking new look and performance that will make you rethink.
Fire is a crucial human advantage, a source of food, warmth, and protection from predators. Only the most innovative can survive.
If you can, we can.
If you can, we can. Michael and Son.
Begin your boating adventures at the Progressive Insurance Baltimore Boat Show. Save on boats for every activity, cruises, pontoons, sport boats, and more. Marine Gear 2, January 28th through 31st at the Baltimore Convention Center. Save $2 on tickets at BaltimoreBoatShow.com.
Why is 2016 the year of Honda? A lineup like you've never seen, and deals that put you in the driver's seat now. It's a redesigned Accord, making the car into the 10 best list for the 30th time. Now with more standard features and 0.9 financing. It's a daring first ever turbo Civic, reaching a hybrid like 42 miles per gallon, and earning the 2016 Best Buy Award from Kelly Blue Book. Now just $199 a month. In the year of Honda, why settle for less? Visit your local Honda dealer now.
What's the next innovation in home security? It's the Sloman Shield. From the palm of your hand, you can arm your alarm system, lock your doors, control the temperature of your home, turn on your lights, and get notified of all events. The Sloman Shield is world-class security. Get a free Sloman Shield security system professionally installed. Call now and Sloman's will include your choice of an indoor camera, thermostat, or door lock.
Shield your home, the Sloman Shield.
Begin your boating adventures at the Progressive Insurance Baltimore Boat Show. Save on boats for every activity, cruises, pontoons, sport boats, and more. Marine Gear 2, January 28th through 31st at the Baltimore Convention Center. Save $2 on tickets at BaltimoreBoatShow.com.
What connects us? It's people making it through the storm. Now that the snow has stopped, it's digging out and cleaning up. We'll continue to work around the clock, connecting you with what you need to know. The latest forecast, closings, and travel conditions. Stay warm, stay safe, and stay with WJZ, Maryland's news station.
The Iowa caucuses are 1 week from tonight, and it looks like Donald Trump is back in the lead there. The latest CBS News Battleground Tracker finds Trump 5 points ahead of Ted Cruz, who led in the same poll a month ago. Major Garrett is in Washington for WJZ to break down the Iowa campaign.
Donald Trump stormed across Iowa this weekend and gave his supporters an uncommonly comic compliment.
I have the most loyal people. Did you ever see that? Where I could stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody and I wouldn't lose any voters, okay? It's like incredible.
Not exactly the New York values everyone's been talking about, but Trump supporters continued to show up in droves as he stumped with six-term Iowa Republican Senator Charles Grassley. It wasn't an endorsement, but still a blow to Senate.
And you can see how that no-life having bitch is sitting over there keeping the levels jacked up now. It's 10 minutes to 5. And now that bitch want to sit over there and jack the levels up.
one simple step. New Almay One Coat Multi-Benefit Mascara. Volume, length, and definition. Plus keratin. Bring out your natural beauty. Almay, the American look.
Hey, neighbor, say we grab a drink.
I've never said no to you before. I'm making history.
My big brother does not like it. He thinks I'm crazy.
You like to argue, don't you?
That's because I'm really good at it. She's in intensive care.
Before fibromyalgia, just bite a hammer.
With internet fast enough for everyone, your guests might get a bit carried away. Get out of the past. Get Fios.
I like the car you're sitting in right now.
It's so nice. I think it's beautiful. I like this.
You're sitting in a truck that's its own Wi-Fi hotspot.
Really? I didn't know they did that.
Hey, guys.
Who are we talking to?
So you think that's a good thing to get auto show bonus cash?
Who doesn't like having cash handed to them?
Use your Auto Show bonus cash to get $2,500 total cash allowance on this Chevy.
Been hurt in a car accident? Call 1-800-LAWYERS or visit youhavealawyer.com.
Days, nights, weeks.
Protecting you when your car breaks down.
He said he'd be here before the finale.
Danny, honey.
Unresponsive steering. The Honda CR-V stability control kept it from spinning out, but it required a lot of driver input to stay on course. The Subaru Forester cornered the way advertisements make you think an all-wheel drive should perform. All in all, the Forester did the best of the 3 in Consumer Reports all-wheel drive winter competition. Now, Consumer Reports recommends that you equip your car or SUV with winter tires in any area with high snowfall, what we're experiencing over the last 3 days. All-wheel drive is great at getting you started in the snow, but good winter tires will aid more in the braking and certain cornering situations. Tom Rogers, Fox 45 News.
Well, once again, it looks like we are going to see another chance for some precipitation. The pushes in. Now, it's not bringing in so much the snow. It's bringing us just a few scattered showers. Not really anything major, but even the rain helps take the snow totals down just a tad bit because the temperature is a little warmer as that precip falls on the snow. So we'll see a little help from that. And then also our temperatures will be increasing ahead of the system as we go through the next few days, especially towards the weekend, actually a bump in our temperatures. In fact, jumping ahead, looking at Saturday, we have 43 degrees with sunshine mixed with just a few clouds. Sunday, up to 47 degrees. We're getting close to 50 degrees. That's going to really help take these temperatures, help take some of the snow down as we go into the weekend. But nonetheless, at night, the temperatures leading up to the weekend could be at freezing, so there will be slippery spots each night before we get to the weekend. So this is good news to see these 40s back in the picture. Back to you guys.
A tragic end of the storm for a family in New Jersey. How a mother and baby died in their car during cleanup. And what police are warning you.
And here's a live look at I-895 and 95. We'll have the latest conditions left in Baltimore neighborhoods after this historic snowfall.
No matter what, Weather Nation's certified meteorologists are here with you.
Me on that.
Oh.
Stuff out. Or it's true. You've been caught stealing before, or you've been prosecuted. You won the case, but you were prosecuted for stealing before. Everything that he says matched what I saw on that video. Therefore, your slander claim is dismissed because either it's truth or it's his opinion and him showing that he had you dumping your things out, and by your own admission, you were dumping your things out to prove you had not stolen, proves that is not slander. And I believe you were dumping him out because you had stolen from him. Judgment for the plaintiff, your claim is dismissed. Have a good day.
You really get me. If I'm lying, I'm dying.
This brief is $30,000.
I don't know my roller anymore.
Pick all the jelly bean.
I mean, I just gotta bring snacks, but you're in deep.
Tonight, 7, 6 Central on Bounce TV, Our Way.
Hands on your head, interlock your fingers. I think we miss that touch so much. We crash into each other just so we can feel something.
Ludacris, Vince Tate, Don Cheadle, Terrence Howard, and Tandy Newton. Crash tonight, 9, 8 Central on Bounce TV, Our Way. When the trumpet sounds, excellence is acknowledged. The 2016 Trumpet Awards, hosted by Nia Long and Terrence J. Honorees include producer Will Packer, comedian George Wallace, Grammy Award winner Neo, with performance.
Tomorrow, follow the...
Your cleanup effort is going to be just as big. Conditions are so bad in some areas, even snow plows are getting stuck. Sky Chopper 13 was over in North Baltimore where some good Samaritans helped push a car caught up in the snow-covered streets. And this is how many of you spent your day shoveling out cars, sidewalks, even streets. Outside right now, it feels a lot warmer under mostly clear skies, and some snow did melt today, but the mercury drops tonight. We could see a refreeze. And WJZ is live with complete first warning weather coverage. Derek Valcourt on the struggle with...
What's up? Tonight, back into the 20s as that system is approaching, so whatever started to melt in your neighborhood, going to ice up again tonight. Sidewalks, driveways, your decks, your patio porches, all of that could get a little slick overnight, so use some smarts and be careful walking about tonight. We'll track the next system coming in greater detail in just a couple minutes.
Tom, we'll see you in a bit. We have team coverage tonight with a look at the damage the storm left behind, the snow cleanup, and what you need to know as you're shoveling your driveway and your sidewalks. We're going to begin with lead investigative reporter Jane Miller. She's live at the Baltimore City Emergency Operations Center, where the mayor just updated us on the cleanup effort. Jane?
Effect across Maryland from this record-breaking...
Glad to be here with you today, I'm sure. Let's get started. It's time for Hot Topics. It's not just cute, but hold on, it's real. It's real snow. Like it's snow. Like it's snow. Oh my gosh. Michael Lee, you have no life. You know, Michael Lee is our art director here, and he always makes sure that my flowers are beautiful or the snowballs are real. Yes. Perfect. Did you have a nice weekend? That depends on who you were trapped in the house with, right? The blizzard was huge. It hit. We got 26 degrees, or 26 inches in Jersey. The entire tri-state area was under a blanket of at least 24 inches of snow. One of the great things, I guess, about living in the actual city is that you're not really trapped in your house, because all you got to do is get in the elevator and go downstairs. You can go to the grocery store, get Chinese food or whatever. But when you live in the suburbs, and the cars are in the garage, and you can't go anywhere, you better like the people that you're trapped with. I was trapped with my mom and dad. They happened to be up from Miami. We had no idea it was going to blizzard this weekend, but they were at the house. They were wonderful and delightful, no fighting. And our son has no idea what shoveling is until I gave him the, like the plows came and everything. They plowed the driveway, everything. But you know that area, when you come up a couple of steps to get to your front door, the plows don't hit that. Instead, they push snow onto it. But how are you going to get your package? Because along with being the Robe family, we love a robe. Like, when you're trapped in the house with us, everybody gets a robe. A robe. But along with being the Robe family, we're also the package family. Like, how do you get stuff? I mean, I buy stuff at the store, but I also enjoy ding-dong. Sign here, Mrs. Hunter. I'm like, okay. So how are they going to get there? So I tell the boy, I'm like, go outside after the plows come and then shovel, a path to the door. Oh, my gosh. He says it's going to be 5 minutes. It ended up taking, I said, it's going to be a half hour. He goes outside, like kids are. No wool hat, no gloves, a stupid pair of shoes. He's got his robe on. Lie to you not. Sweats under the robe and then a bubble jacket over the robe. So that was fine because I go to the store. Like, I leave the house in a robe. You don't laugh. It's just comfortable because, when you get back in the house, you don't have to do anything except for take the robe off and go to bed. Anyway, and then the food was good, and, I know that people, and the dog. Now, this is Shaquille's first snowstorm. So, the snow fell, it stopped, I opened the door, he's looking like, Mommy, hell no. I'll hold it. And he's good, so we held it. But the next day, meaning Sunday, it was beautiful here yesterday because the snow was high and people were still digging out, but the sun was out. So he went outside and just had the time of his life. And, when you have a dog, you can't walk hard too close to the door. Otherwise, they pay attention to you because they hear you walking. So I tiptoe to the door, and I'm looking out the window, and he's eating the snow like it has cherry flavor on it or something, and just jumping around. So he liked the snow. But people do start to get cabin fever. And that's when you do either fun or stupid things. This looked fun to me. They went snowboarding here in the city.
It looks like a truck has been through here. It's because the neighbors themselves came out and shoveled. One of them brought out a snowblower. They cleared a path out so one of the neighbors could get out in the middle of the storm. But the snow that is still here is now really packed down really tight because there has been traffic on it and a lot of foot traffic. You can see a lot of people on the street here cleaning the snow. Some of them doing a little clean out. All around the area, county officials say there are still going to be some side streets where you're getting just today. They're hoping that there will be.
You see how high the no life having bitch got to turn the payment around.
Across Baltimore County,
I'm gonna show you levels up my front door, which I haven't done in a while. Before that, my bed, headboard. And the foot of my bed. So as you see, the no life having bitch got it turned up in my bedroom, as within the middle room. I'm gonna show you the front door. Which I haven't done in a while. Now this is outside. You can see all the snow. And look at how the bitch got it turned up at my front door. Almost equal to what the bitch got it turned up in my bedroom. And that's the no life having bitch that got it turned up. And whoever else over there with the no life having bitch. Yeah. You know. That bitch right there. So, as you see, it's snow outside. You can see all the snow piled up. Traffic trying to get through. That's the no life having bitch that's over there. Whoever else over there with the bitch. The stove on fire. You don't see all that smoke?
Oh no.
Going back upstairs to the middle room. TV on, as you can see. Lamp, computer, ceiling light. And back in the middle room.
Potential dangers that snow presents to us. Often it's what we can't see from up above. From Sky Eye Chopper 13, you can see the damage caused as pounds of snow poured into our region, causing roofs to collapse. The Paul Reed Smith Guitar Building in Eastern Shore is where the gaping hole sits. This porch collapsed in White Marsh on a woman Sunday, sending her to the hospital in serious condition. And this porch in Hamden along Falls Road is where 3 homes are impacted by the heavy snow.
And when I saw that, I got all me and all my guys, we got right to the roof here and started clearing it out and de-icing it as quick as we could.
Early Monday morning with the sun trying to prevent from what happened to his neighbor from happening to his business.
Starts to put weight on the ceiling and the roof, and it collapses. We can't have that.
David says obviously they're not able to clear off all of the snow on top of the roof, but the important part was to clear a path to allow the melting snow to rush over into the scupper boxes pouring off of the roof.
If the roof collapses, then I can't do any work on any vehicles because the roof is in the middle of the shop then. I can't do anything. All my employees can't come to work, and I got to clear it out or else it won't work. I got to clear them out. I got to get the weight off the roof. The weight has to come off.
Now there was also a Safeway grocery.
So as you see, the no life having bitch, at least one of them, at least one of the bitches over there great on the cord. As you see, look at that. While I'm talking, still turning those up. Remember all the things you can't see, hear, or feel, and all the symptoms that I told you about.
First one, weather coverage continues now with Bob Turk.
That's going to be a problem overnight in the morning with black ice. Any of this water that's out there from the melting will freeze overnight unless it's got a lot of salting or it's been treated. Tickling temperatures, we are still above freezing.
Those bitches looking at my Facebook page, they ain't seen shit yet. All their cars are on there, every fucking one of them. And I'm gonna keep on documenting. And now I'm gonna get their asses.
This time are running 3, 4, 5, 8, 9 degrees, 14 degrees warmer.
Spoiled herself, you know. It's about when we're on the rock, get those, you know, knit balls out of here, the other kids. And I also believe, spare me your complaints, lambs, okay? Spare me. I'm still gonna talk. I got a lot of sleep this weekend, can you tell? Am I talking too fast? I had this professor when I was in college, Professor Eastman. He's like, you're never going to go anywhere if you don't get rid of that accent and stop talking too fast and stop saying like. Like, you know, like, you know. Anyway, I think that this particular piece of dramedy was motivated by Nick. Because in my opinion, when you do get divorced from somebody, it is a race to see who's going to be happy first. And how happy you're going to be. You know, a boyfriend or girlfriend is one thing. A baby is a whole other level. But marriage is the holy grail. So, I'm done talking about that. So, you heard about Macklemore going after Iggy Azalea? Now you know Macklemore is a white rapper. He's no Eminem, which, by the way, 8 Mile came on this weekend. Hello? Every time 8 Mile comes on, I stop. Just such a good movie. Such a good story. I love all the characters and the music. And Kim Basinger. And the dearly departed girl, Brittany Murphy. Yeah. And our friend, Mekhi Phifer. And then I've always found Eminem to be a little cute. A little on the cute side, you know what I mean? Anyway, and he plays Rabbit. So Macklemore released a song called White Privilege 2, as in the number 2, and he's calling out Iggy Azalea for exploiting black culture. Now, see, in my opinion, Macklemore did not have to put this song out. Like, leave Iggy Azalea alone, she's going to implode on her own. Don't get involved with the fight because you happen to be a rapper and you happen to be white. I don't look at Macklemore as exploiting black culture. I just see him as just being there. But when you bring it up, now all of a sudden I'm going to be looking at you, you know, saying, all right, well, what are you doing? And don't be offended, because we always talk race here on the show. I feel like I'm comfortable with you. You know, what we always tell our son Kevin is that, you know, and these white kids, you know, he's 15, so, you know, he's in the mix. They're sagging their pants, all of them, the black kids, the white kids, the Puerto Rican kids, everyone's sagging, and everyone seems to have some sort of hood affectation, even if they're from the suburbs where, you know, proper English, they know, they talk like this and that. No, yes, they do. Clap if you know what I'm talking about. Sometimes I'm having a conversation with our son and he'll say ain't. I'm like, who are you? You don't talk like that. Like stop. What's with that? Anyway, what we tell our son is, you know, other kids outside of black can play that this, that, and don't, and sag their pants, and talk with their hands, and pull a hoodie up like Trayvon, and try to be belligerent. But around the age of 25, when they realize, this is not working for me anymore, I don't want to be black anymore, then they go back to being white, and you're still black, and they affected you to be cool back in the day, but they've gone off and earned higher degrees and are working on Wall Street while your black behind is being cuffed up on the Parkway. So don't play that. Does that make sense?
Really is real snap.
Anyway, Iggy says he shouldn't have spent the last 3 years having friendly combos and taking pictures together at events if those were his feelings. Well, plenty of people who are phony to one another take pictures at events. This is a stupid quote. Iggy, Macklemore, stay out of her fight. We'll just watch her implode on her own. Thanks. Suzanne, do you shovel?
Excuse me? Oh my God.
Do you shovel the snow?
I went out to shovel yesterday morning, and Brendan said I was shoveling wrong. So he came out and took the shovel from me, and then he took over.
You did it on purpose, though?
Well, no, because I wanted to play with the kids, so I had to make a trail to get out there. And he said that I was leaving a layer on the bottom, which can ice over, and then you can fall.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I shoveled for about 5 minutes. It was all wrong.
Yeah. Order in the court. Order in the court. There's a new study, you might have heard about this study that came out about my hero, Judge Judy, who I love. And she said, the study showed that 10% of college graduates think that she's on the Supreme Court. Well, no, see, this is the dumbing down of society, and we only have one another to blame. All right, so I don't know what, like, college graduates, they didn't say whether they were from, like, the community college or Brown University. They didn't say what colleges, but they said 10%. And I wouldn't be surprised that this sampling came from all kinds of colleges, from the online ones to the Big Ten. That is just very, very sad, you children. Well, who's on the Supreme Court? And I've always known this. It's Clarence Thomas. It's Ruth Bader Ginsburg. It's Judge Marilyn Milian. It's Judge Alex. Oh, gosh, I miss him on TV. And, of course, Judge Midway Eaton. Let's move along. My hands are now freezing. Funny thing is that kids don't play out in the snow anymore.
Nope.
You know, like just the age of the blackbirds when they were shoveling and stuff was a big deal. And I'm looking through the peephole. You know, it's fine. And then I hit the curtain like this, looking. And I see the kids across the street. Now they're playing in the snow. They're young kids, like 8, 5, and 3. Kind of like second kids. So they're young kids, and they're playing in the snow. They're having a good time. But what I did notice is that along with them playing, the parents' driveway was still stacked with snow. So I'm waiting for the drive to come out. Because when I was a kid, my parents, I told you, they would work me like a thoroughbred. I'd be emptying the dishwasher, scrubbing baked potatoes, because we eat the skin growing up. Scrubbing baked potatoes, putting them in the tin foil, turning the oven up to 500, then answering my father's call for me and my brother to go outside and shovel the snow. And we didn't get a snowblower until like the late 70s, early 80s. So prior to that, and you know, I grew up, we had a 2-car garage, a really long walkway for the UPS guy to deliver the thing, and a long driveway with a little bubble area. So it wasn't just straight. We'd be out there like slaves all day. Anyway, there's some drama behind Keisha Knight Pulliam, who starred on The Cosby Show's wedding to Ed Hartwell, who was married to Lisa Wu from the Housewives of Atlanta. And if you're like me, you said, well, who's this? Is this the Wu wedding or the Rudy wedding? This is the Rudy wedding. So there they are. Her makeup looks beautiful, doesn't it? And everyone's eyes are closed, which means everyone is very romantical and so into this. But you know what we've learned? That Keisha Knight Pulliam and Lisa Wu were good friends.
They were.
But you know, in Atlanta, heterosexual men are slim pickings. How you doing? So my thought is that there's probably a lot of overlapping of friends who date each other's exes, even though as soon as a woman tells me she's moving to Atlanta, I'm like, really? Whether she's married or single. If she's married, I'm like, really? If she's single, I'm like, really? When guys tell me to move into Atlanta, I'm like, okay. Anyway, over the weekend, Ed's ex, Lisa Wu, walked the red carpet with Keisha's ex-boyfriend, Big Tigger. Now, well, I guess they were trying to get back at them, only clearly they're not a couple. You know what I'm saying? Tigger's got his own thing going on, and she's got her own thing going on. And I guess they're trying to make the newlyweds jealous, only it's not working. Like, if you all at least staged it so you looked like you cared to be a couple. Tigger could barely touch her and looks stunned. And Lisa is saying, I don't know, what are you looking? I don't know. All I can think of is it's really, really cruddy if they were in fact friends, you know, Keisha Knight Pulliam and Lisa Wu. And if I were Keisha Knight Pulliam and Ed Hartwell, I would move from Atlanta as fast as possible. Because at this particular point, and then I would commute in for work. If what she does is works in Atlanta, I'd fly from Jersey. You know, every day I would just fly from Jersey or whatever. Ed's not playing ball anymore, and Tigger's on the warpath, and so is Lisa Wu, and I don't blame either one of them. Sorry. So, Zac Efron.
Big thought.
to leave that one up to Bob Turk. He's at the Weather Center with our complete forecast. Bob?
All right. Spring training starts pretty soon down there in Sarasota. It'll be pretty warm down there compared to what we have here. And tickets just became available, by the way, for the spring training games. Take a look. That's a lot of fun, really is. Take a look at temps now with 35, 37 in Rock Hall, 37 DC and Annapolis, and already below freezing north and west. There's so much snow on the ground, and there's so much reflectivity of the surface we call albedo, that any heat that accumulates in the daytime with clear skies, it really radiates back in the atmosphere. This morning, we had temperatures as low as 4 degrees at Dulles. We were 6, 7, 8 degrees about in the Baltimore area this morning, so we could still see some very chilly temps, although the clouds are moving in tonight. And with clouds tomorrow, maybe some showers, we're going to warm up back into the low 40s. Joppa now, Mike Alio just had 33 there, and in Glen Burnie, Justin checked in at 37 degrees. There is a system spinning out across the Midwest, but it's heading across the Great Lakes, not toward us. A little snow on the back end, a little rain approaching Chicago. Ahead of it, some milder air and some cloud cover, so we'll be dealing with more clouds overnight tonight. That keeps temperatures from falling, and then a little bit of rain possible as the front approaches us tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night. May rain just for a couple hours, maybe just some shower activity, and then it will cool down again on Wednesday. So here's the front going through the region tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night, with a chance of a little bit of rain activity. Way down to the south, a low pressure expected to develop somewhere off the Florida coast, but head way to the south and east of us, so we're not concerned about it. There was some talk about maybe getting some precipitation here by Friday. There may be a few snow showers or flurries. That's about all we're expecting. Temperatures are going to be marginal, probably in the mid-30s.
On a new Wendy, this is supposed to be...
That's why these vehicles are available every time to help you tackle the road outside. With interiors, they keep you comfortable inside. It's more than just utility. It's mileage. Nothing compares to a Honda. KBB.com's best value man.
Tonight's a medical alert. Movies often depict heart attacks as people clutching their chests, but in reality, women especially may have much more subtle symptoms. The American Heart Association says both men and women can have chest pain during a heart attack, but women also tend to experience shortness of breath, nausea, back or jaw pain. Black women are at particular risk, often because they tend to have additional health problems like diabetes and obesity and high blood pressure. And according to the Alzheimer's Association, nearly 2/3 of Americans with the disease are women. Memory loss is the most common symptom and the most recognized.
And restaurants, they either close down early or shut down completely because of this blizzard. Now today they are working to get back to normal, but they do say it will take a long time. Clearing mounds of snow across Baltimore remains a top priority. From roads to sidewalks, all blocking people from accessing businesses.
It affected us on Saturday night for the most part.
Reggie's American Bistro in Federal Hill, one of the many restaurants hit hard by this blizzard. And with delivery trucks unable to travel during the massive storm, many restaurants like Reggie's delaying the start of Restaurant Week, which they rely on to boost sales and attract new customers.
Everybody should be up and running sometime today or tomorrow with their Restaurant Week menus without a problem.
Now, even though businesses like Target were closed during that massive blizzard, they actually didn't lose any money because the days leading up to that storm, people rushed in buying everything from bread to milk and shovels.
Everybody came out in Canton and around surrounding areas to shop. They were picking up toilet paper and water and milk and tons of food items.
With roads still treacherous, many Target team workers unable to get back to work, making it a challenge to quickly restock all their bare shelves.
We definitely want to be open not only for our team members' livelihoods to feed their families, but also to feed the neighbors in Canton.
Everyone working around the clock to get this store up and running, mainly to help out their neighbors who rely heavily on these businesses.
Fortunately, we live here, so we can walk to Target, but I can't imagine driving.
Restaurant Week in Baltimore City and Baltimore County, they've been delayed, so they have both extended their operations, and Target tells me they plan to work throughout the night, hoping to restock all those shelves. Reporting live, Trace Leon, WJZ Eyewitness News.
Now we have to go out and go shopping and really do our part, Trace. Thanks. Because of the storm, Baltimore's Restaurant Week will be extended for an extra week, which is, and you know,
It makes sense.
I think people have cabin fever. They're good.
And later, the changes you'll have to navigate when you go to file your taxes.
The 11 Insta-Weather poll.
But what's not funny is, according to Denise, he even threatens to kill her via text message. Things got...
We know how to handle these big corporations. We stand up for you. Call us at Science and Kirk. We win for us.
And be sure that it's stored in a safe place. Remember, always.
I got this.
Nissan Sentra. Push button start. Bose Premium Audio. And hands-free text messaging assistant. Choose Sentra. J.D. Power's highest-ranked compact car in initial quality. Get 0% financing for up to 72 months. Sentra. Step it up. You're the man. Shop ChooseNissan.com. Innovation that excites.
What's the next innovation in home security? It's the Sloman Shield.
Take RAV4 with a 5-star overall safety rating. Available all-wheel drive.
Twin boys that he had with Brooke Mueller. And she had no...
46% from whoever that is, maybe. It's on fire. Again, a little drought for Austin Peay. Taking it inside, and Freeman with a tough move. Very aggressive offensively tonight. Foul's going to be on Fiorentino's. Austin Peay has not been a...
Toyota and Honda. I am your Hyundai Sonata. Drive me home now and get up to $3,000.
But with the snow, we're all trying to keep up with it. Over in the Big Apple, what you're finding is a lot of sites like this, a lot of snow blowers cleaning off the curbs as well as cleaning off the streets as well. So you're going to get a pile of snow right on the curb, right through where you're trying to park your car. It's going to be difficult for quite a while.
Right.
So what do? You put out a curtain call for the DJs and you say to them, if you sell 25 tickets, we'll let you play.
Well, it's more than 25. The minimum is 25.
Minimum's 25,
Right.
but okay, well,
But
if you
that's
sell at least
pretty much
25
standard
tickets,
for all DJs.
we will let you play. Otherwise, they don't get to play for free for Webster Hall.
They just won't be asked to play again.
But they get to play, even if they don't sell 25?
Yeah. What I was doing was hosting kind of like an artist showcase on the balcony of the venue. I happened to get the in from the resident DJ over there, who told me that he was looking for DJs. If you can find DJs, you know, I run an electronic music brand, and what we do is we try to promote new parties and music.
What were you getting out of this? You were hired by whom?
I wasn't hired. What I get out of this is like kind of publicity for my brand. I don't get paid from this.
Was there a contract?
No.
You say yes and you say no.
What?
I meant a written contract.
Yes. He sent me an email with the contract. And
well, it was a deal memo. It's kind of the
Okay,
guidelines.
can I see the deal memo?
Yeah. The notes on the contract, I just did that.
I got it, don't worry. It says, we agreed in our first meeting that you would keep $5 commission off each ticket. So there's no dispute about that, right? All right, so what happens? You end up selling 25 tickets, and then what happens?
August 1st comes, and we go to a restaurant. I don't know why we didn't. We had to go into this restaurant instead of going to the actual place where we performed, Webster Hall. But we went to a restaurant, and I counted my money flat out right on the table more than once. My friend that was with me saw me do it, and I handed my money to Matthew, and then I told him.
How much money did he hand you?
$675.
$675?
I didn't count it, Your Honor. What I did was I had envelopes ready for each DJ that I gave to them, and they handed it to the people who did the cash out.
What's a cash out?
It's basically where the club has people that work for them cash out all the promoters. We were also sitting with them at the restaurant.
What does cash out all the promoters mean? I thought you said you weren't getting paid.
Right, the ticket sales.
That's
people
all you
have
meant?
to bring in their
Okay.
ticket sales, yeah.
All right, and then, so what happens? He hands you the money, and then what happened?
I handed him the money, then he handed the other guy the money.
Okay,
so
and what happened?
I'm there waiting for them to,
So what, hand you money back?
My commission, that's
You
how-
had not skimmed your commission off the top? Because you wrote it. Like, you had not said to him, okay, here's $625, so I need my 100. Just a second. You had not taken your $675 and then, figured out, okay, I'm owed $125, and then just given them the $500 away?
No, I didn't do that because it makes sense for if I sold 10 $30 tickets and 15 $25 tickets,
You're getting $5 a ticket. Everybody knows what the math is at the time of the envelope. Everyone knows. You know you wrote 125. So how come you don't verbalize when you're handing the envelope, okay, listen, but my commission's still in there and I need whatever.
I said that.
Who did you say that to?
Matthew.
And what did Matthew say and do?
Everybody looked at me like I was crazy. And then as I was waiting for them to figure out their recounting, the manager of the bar, the manager of the restaurant told me to, can you please wait outside if you're not going to buy anything. I'm not going to buy anything if I haven't received my commission. So I went outside and waited for them to finish doing what they're doing, recounting. And then Matthew comes out, and then he's telling me, looking at me as if I already had the money, trying to see if I took the money already. And then he asked me to empty my pockets. And I was like, okay. Opened my wallet. All I had was the money to get to New York and survive the night, get home. And
why couldn't you guys just count it and figure out, if there's a problem with a balance, you'll come up heavy at this. So if you're counting it, why couldn't you guys figure out
The
that
people that were working for the club didn't want to do a recount because the doors were about to open in 15 minutes, and for them to do that, they would have to recount all the other people they cashed out previously before us.
Why? I thought there were envelopes for everybody.
Right, but they took it out the envelope and they put it into the club money.
You think it's his fault because he didn't take it out?
No, I think he made a mistake, but I don't think I should be paying for it. I think he should contact the club, and I've tried to get him in contact with the club until Edwards sent me an email saying, do not contact me unless you are going to pay me my money directly, and then which I stopped contacting him.
You're not a very good promoter.
I'm not
Or he's an excellent promoter.
I got a text saying that the house was on fire.
One time she obviously burned something in the kitchen.
I'm trying to get to the bottom of how the fire happened.
Next, Depot's Court.
To see if it's worth conquering.
Well, I don't know anything about them. What do they look like?
I don't.
Locally or through airplanes.
In the classroom as soon as possible. Reporting in downtown Baltimore, Mallory Safaste, ABC 2 News.
Anne Arundel County had its share of snow. County and state employees were told to stay home.
Yeah, that's right. That made it easier for the men and women working the roads to try to keep them clean. ABC 2's John Harrison was in the county today to see how the roads are looking in Anne Arundel.
Many roads were passable in Anne Arundel County today, but with this being one of the largest counties in the state, getting all the roads clear is a daunting task.
8,000 roads in the county, so it's going to take a while for us to get everything cleared out.
Kevin Aftong, the emergency management director, and his staff have been here in the Emergency Operations Center since 3 in the afternoon on Friday.
What community is that?
The county can monitor where their crews are working on the big board. 90% of the main roads have been cleared, and about 50% of the neighborhood roads have seen a plow.
It's just a very large task for the county, and we are working through it road by road, street by street, court by court.
And that's where the frustration comes in, from the other 50% that haven't seen a plow yet. Kensington Community in Severna Park had a plow come by around noon, but that's when the real work begins.
This is what the snowplow leaves for you to get through before you can leave the driveway.
After a couple of days of being snowbound, Roger Longenbach needs to get out.
So we've been working now today trying to get a connection to where the plow was.
so we can eventually get out, because we are running short on supplies. So, you know, it's exciting, but at the same time, getting older, it's getting less enjoyable.
County officials say they'll continue to work around the clock to clear the roads and the highways. They've made good progress. They expect the roads to be at 100% by Wednesday. In Severna Park, Don Harrison, ABC 2 News.
It's all about those side streets. I know, because mine wasn't dug out. You just got to get creative, waiting for that to happen.
How do you get creative?
Well, I'm happy to... Again, more than I need to know. But if he offers you something...
Other out. Complete First Warning weather coverage continues with Ron Matz reporting from Waverly.
I'm Ron Matz in North Baltimore. From Canton to Columbia, from Westminster to Waverly. Neighbors are helping neighbors dig out from this record Baltimore snowfall. The plows are working overtime. The snow is piled high along East 32nd near Barclay Street. Ted Applegarth is digging out with a little help from his friends.
Yeah, everybody's out.
As Carpe Med Diem. Seize the day to get more out of life and Medicare Part D. Just switch to Walgreens. For savings that'll be the highlight of your day. Now preview the cost of your copay before you fill. You can even get $1 copay.
5:38 p.m. See how the bitch still got the levels jacked up and turning up even higher? The bitch just sat over there turning up and down, sitting in that back room, 3615 East Lombard Street.
I need something better.
FBI bitch and the Great Hornicle and whoever else over there with that no life having black bitch.
Break up with Sprint. Move to Metro PCS and save half off your bill every month with no hidden fees. And you'll get a bigger, faster, nationwide 4G LTE network. Sprint can't give you that. Now, and for a limited time, get 2 smartphones free. You're gonna love Metro PCS.
Alright, got it?
Aromatherapy. Lotion. Great basket bottom right.
So organized.
And the selfie stick. Yeah, don't give me that look.
Life is packing for an early delivery and an IKEA closet that's always ready.
We live here. We work here. We learn. We strive to be more. And we yearn to get better.
That bitch don't like seeing her car on the internet. Just wait.
We can change the world we live in.
Just wait. All their fucking cars on there. That bitch ain't see now.
Our graduates are ready to face the challenges of high-demand industries all over the country and right here in Baltimore.
I am the future of 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 Baltimore.
Discover your goals. Discover your dreams. Discover you at Stratford University.
When it comes to big truck wrecks, we know what we're talking about. At Science and Kirk, we know how to make the big insurance companies pay. Call 1-800-LAWYERS or visit youhavealawyer.com. If you have a phone, you have a lawyer. Call 1-800-LAWYERS.
This thing is garbage. Look at it.
It's not garbage.
List what you need.
Drive me home now and get up to $3,000 in total savings.
5:41 p.m. Monday, January 25th, 2016. Now, I'm gonna go back to playing Mafia. Now watch as the bitch jack it up even more. And you can see the bitch still got it turned up. Premeditated attempted murder, continued harassment, assault with a deadly weapon. Those bitches had this shit playing from day one.
Hi everybody, I'm Donna Hamilton. Join WBAL TV to participate in Special Olympics Maryland Polar Bear Plunge. For you to be involved in
Wells Fargo is a proud sponsor of the Maryland State Police Polar Bear Plunge.
Brutal blizzard this weekend.
Other polar vortex coverage.
Snow apocalypse.
Winter is here. Are you ready? No matter what
2015 Nissan Pathfinder. Shop your local Nissan store and choose Nissan.com.
Here's a look at what we're working on for 11 News at 6 o'clock. First, the big snow, and now the massive cleanup. The efforts across the state to return things to normal after this weekend's record snowfall. Plus, another day off for many Maryland students when schools will reopen and what hangs in the balance. And stocking up. The challenges facing area grocery stores to refill their shelves. We'll have those stories and more coming up tonight on 11 News at 6.
The Progressive Insurance Baltimore Boat Show, January 28th through 31st. Sail on boats for every activity. Cruisers, pontoons, sport boats, and more. Marine gear, too. It's fun for everyone. The Progressive Insurance Baltimore Boat Show, January 28th through 31st at the Baltimore Convention Center. Save $2 on tickets at BaltimoreBoatShow.com.
The Boat Show.
I am your connection to the road. I am the Sonata. And now for the new year, I am yours for only $129 a month. I am your performance, your comfort, your voice-activated smartphone. I'm your safety, and I am America's best warranty. 5 years longer than Toyota and Honda. I am your Hyundai Sonata. Drive me home now and get up to $3,000 in total savings. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today.
The Closing Bell is presented by Brothers Services. Maryland's trusted name in roofing and remodeling has 2 convenient showrooms to serve you in Timonium and Columbia.
Well, many of you across the state are still digging out your cars and roads, but for one Northeast Baltimore community, that is all in the rearview mirror. 11 News reporter Omar Jimenez has their story.
Along Clickwood Avenue in Northeast Baltimore, cars aren't having the tough time many others are on Baltimore's side streets. It's thanks to the neighborhood, but led by one man.
Angel. He came along and he did what he had to do because he said he was supporting and he was blessed.
The man simply known as Dave works as a private contractor and was being a bit camera shy.
I'm surprised he's not out here now, because he was out here at least at 8, 9 o'clock last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, but look what he did, though. This wonders, you know?
After speaking with his sister who lives in the area, he says it would have been selfish not to share his secret weapon, a bobcat. Neighbors say he knocked on everyone's doors, told them his plan, and got to work. Not long after, others joined in to help get it done.
We just enjoyed ourselves and we just got together as a neighborhood. It's not always bad things. This neighborhood is unnoticed. It's only noticed when something is going wrong. But at times like this, look what God can do.
By the time they finished, they'd cleared close to 8 blocks total. And for a community with a lot of elderly people, it became crucial.
So people can get out and whatever they have to do that's very important to them, they can get out and do some stuff. And I can go back to work.
Despite my best efforts, I couldn't get Bobcat Dave to appear on camera. He insisted this was simply the right thing to do. And to give you an idea of his commitment, he was out here early in the morning Sunday and stayed out here for about 18 hours. Reporting from Northeast Baltimore, Omar Jimenez, WBAL TV 11 News.
That Bobcat Dave doesn't like the public eye, no. Well, Marylanders are all over helping each other out. Here's just some of your photos that you dig out from this historic storm. This is a midshipman in Annapolis, one of many, helping out their neighbors. And we'd love it if you share your snow photos with us. Just download the WBAL TV mobile app and tap U-Local.
Now, your 11 East Weather Plus forecast with Chief Meteorologist Tom Tasselmeyer.
Well, snow depth across the lower 48 shows up across 53% of the nation. 53% of the nation now has at least some snow on the ground. And that includes parts of the deep south, from parts of Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, desert southwest, lots of snow in the Pacific Northwest now and across the Great Lakes in New England. And you notice that big pink bullseye there right over Baltimore. With the deep snow cover here, our morning temperatures took a dive with clear skies and the winds diminishing last night. The fresh snowpack drove the temperature to 4 down at Dulles Airport, Northern Virginia, 3 in Frederick. It was 8 this morning at BWI Marshall. Coldest temperature we've had now since the first week of March last year. So a very cold morning because of the snowpack across the mid-Atlantic. After that 8-degree morning low, we rebounded nicely up to 38 this afternoon, but not quite up to the normal. The normals are now starting to creep up a little bit. For a couple weeks there, the normal was holding at 41, and now we've started to see that normal high climb up to 42 degrees, and that slow, steady climb will continue on the normal high temperatures for the rest of the winter into the spring. It's currently in the 40s all the way up into the Great Lakes and 50 degrees at Charleston, West Virginia. So there's some warmer air sitting to the west of us, and that's why rain is in the forecast for Chicago and Cleveland and Detroit tonight. Snow way far to the north and west, and this system is tracking, as you can see, across the lake. So we'll be on the warmer side of this one, and that means scattered rain showers tomorrow afternoon. A little line of showers shows up nicely at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Scoots down to the coast. There may be a little wave of low pressure developing on that front that triggers a period of light snow on the lower eastern shore Wednesday morning. Something to keep in the back of your mind and watch out for midweek down there around the lower eastern shore. After that clears out, we'll be watching closely. A big storm off the coast, but you notice it's safely off the coast. And actually, I think we'll just have partly cloudy skies here Thursday, Friday if the storm stays on that track. For tonight, 22 to 27. Anything has started to drip. It's going to freeze up again tonight. Be very careful. Slippery spots developing. Scattered afternoon showers tomorrow as highs try to get back close to normal. Bay forecast calls for winds out of the south, 2-foot chop. There's a coastal flood advisory on the western shore of the bay. Tides a little bit above normal. Water temperatures are above freezing, 37 at the Thomas Point Light, very near Sandy Point. So that is a critical water temperature for the polar bear plungers coming up into the weekend. 41 in the mountains tomorrow, some flurries and snow showers on Wednesday. The eastern shore forecast calls for the warm-up as well. 46 with an afternoon shower tomorrow and close to 40 Wednesday. And down around the coast, including Ocean City, 49 tomorrow, then some scattered showers Wednesday. 7-day forecast for Baltimore. Temperatures close to normal tomorrow, slightly cooler but still above freezing Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. 40 degrees on Saturday with mostly cloudy skies.
In tonight's Consumer Alert, Americans are buying bigger, pricier homes. According to the National Association of Home Builders, the average home size rose to about 2,700 square feet last year. That's about 40 square feet bigger than the year before. Almost half of the new homes built last year had more than 4 bedrooms and garages with room for more than 3 cars. It's tax season, but filing your taxes this year will be different than in previous years. Chris Clacken explains.
Well, first off, for filing your 2015 taxes this year, if you're prone to procrastinate, you're going to have 4 extra days to file this year. The deadline's been moved to April the 18th. That's because it's a leap year, and there will be a February 29th. Plus, Friday the 15th is a holiday in Washington, D.C., where the IRS is headquartered. Something else different this year are the 1095 forms, which you'll have to file describing where you purchased your health insurance. The penalty for not having health insurance goes up considerably to $325 or 2% of taxable income, whichever is greater. Also going up is the number of taxpayers who file electronically, which means those due a refund that, by the way, averaged $2,797 last year, will get them this year quicker. Another reason to file quickly, though, do it before an identity thief does. The IRS says cyber crooks are as busy as ever at stealing Social Security numbers and filing false claims where they, not you, pocket the refund. Chris Clacken, WBAL TV 11 News.
All right, most of us have made some kind of an impulse buy, and a new report from creditcards.com found more than half of Americans have spent $100 or more on one, and that includes 20% who say they've spent at least $1,000. In all, the study found 84% of Americans have made impulse purchases. McDonald's all-day breakfast is helping its bottom line. Sales were up 5.7% last quarter in the United States. That's the second straight quarter of domestic growth. McDonald's is working to turn around its business after losing customers to other restaurants. Company executives say they're now working on updating menus and marketing. Donna?
And I saw where McDonald's just won a contest for the best biscuit, for carryouts, and it was McDonald's was the clear winner. How about that? Well, Super Bowl 50 is all set. Peyton Manning and the Denver Broncos will face Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers in California February 7th in 2 great games. The Broncos and the Panthers both won their conference titles yesterday. It was really a pretty thrilling ending in Denver. The Broncos managed to stop a Patriots 2-point conversion attempt to seal their 20-18 win. And then in Charlotte, not as good a game. It was really no contest at all. The Panthers crushed the Cardinals 49-15. So does experience prevail or does youth? This will be the 4th Super Bowl for Broncos Peyton Manning and the 1st for the Panthers Cam Newton. While keeping safe, up next at 6, what you should do to keep your roof from collapsing under the weight of all that snow.
It
looks like we're at Ski Liberty, not Sandy Point State Park. Sure is a good thing the plunge isn't today with snow removal efforts well underway. The Special Olympics of Maryland needs your help. How you can volunteer straight ahead.
The Ravens are now 3 years removed from their most recent Super Bowl glory, but a couple of players from that Ravens championship team are getting another shot at a title. Michael Orr and Ed Dixon both now with the Carolina Panthers. They're going to face the Broncos, who have some recent Ravens ties as well. Denver head coach Gary Kubiak was the Ravens offensive coordinator last season. And Broncos tight end Owen Daniels, who was also here last year before he reunited with Kubiak in Denver. And Daniels had a big game in the Broncos AFC Championship victory over the Patriots yesterday. He caught 2 touchdown passes from Peyton Manning in a thrilling 20-18 victory. It's been a wild ride for Denver, and the Super Bowl is now next.
It's been a lot of different people stepping up, doing their parts at different times. Starters, non-starters, becoming starters, and both our safeties get hurt today. We got some guys go in there and step up and help us get that win. So it's been a unique season. There's no question about it.
And the Carolina Panthers actually have 5 former Ravens on their roster, and their owner, Jerry Richardson, was a halfback with the Baltimore Colts back in 1959 and 1960. Carolina's never won a Super Bowl. Denver's won it twice before. And you can see Super Bowl 50 here on WJZ Sunday, February the 7th. And coming up next hour, another Raven is picked for the Pro Bowl, plus the latest on the Terps after their loss this weekend to Michigan State. I'll have details ahead in Sports at 6. Back to you for now.
All right, Mark, thank you. Well, speaking of Super Bowl, the price of getting a ticket is already skyrocketing. According to the seat tracking website SeatGeek, a pair of club seats recently sold for $24,000. It says the average ticket on the resale market is going for just over $5,000. So tickets to the Super Bowl's golden anniversary game will cost you plenty of gold. I'm fine on my couch.
Free.
Swing.
Free and comfortable, and your feet are up, and you're warm. All right, still to come tonight on WJZ's Eyewitness News.
Across Baltimore County, the dig-out continues. I'm Derek Valport. I'll tell you where crews are having a tough time and where they're still hard at work when Eyewitness News continues.
Begin your boating adventures at the Progressive Insurance Baltimore Boat Show. Save on boats for every activity, cruises, pontoons, sport boats, and more. Marine Gear too, January 28th through 31st at the Baltimore Convention Center. Save $2 on tickets at BaltimoreBoatShow.com.
Hi, I'm Paris, and if you're looking for a health plan, I can help.
Hell yeah!
In fact, more than 1,000 experts like me can walk you through the new plans and prices.
Hell yeah!
And most people who signed up through Maryland Health Connection got financial help.
Hell yeah!
Sorry, Paris.
It's okay. The last day to sign up at MarylandHealthConnection.gov is January 31st.
Hell yeah!
When is the best time to buy a Jeep? Right now. And the best place? In Glen Burnie. With 4-wheel drive Jeeps under 20 grand. Jeep Patriot, Compass, Renegade, and Jeep Cherokee. All under 20 grand. Or lease a Grand Cherokee 4x4 for $279 a month. With Owner Appreciation Month.
For a friendly, no-pressure deal on Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, or Ram, think great. Shop Dave.
Begin your boating adventures at the Progressive Insurance Baltimore Boat Show. Save on boats for every activity, cruises, pontoons, sport boats, and more. Marine Gear too, January 28th through 31st at the Baltimore Convention Center. Save $2 on tickets at BaltimoreBoatShow.com.
The path chosen today prepares leaders for tomorrow. So I chose academics, excellence, and a diverse culture. My choice was clear. I am a graduate of Morgan State University.
Did you know that Morgan State University is one of only 2 Maryland universities with a degree program in architecture?
The Volkswagen Jetta is now more fun to drive than ever. Allow us to illustrate.
Little help here? It comes standard with an all-new, lean, mean, turbocharged engine with even more horsepower to really get your heart racing. Yeah! And this Jetta is amazingly fuel efficient, so the fun doesn't have to stop. Hey, can you give me a little... Thanks, bud.
Hurry in and lease this 2016 Jetta S for just $159 a month. Visit VWDealer.com today.
Coming up next at 6, right here on WJZ.
From the rural roads to the cities, the cleanup is underway. I'm Mike Halgren with a comprehensive look at the state's response.
Primary and secondary roads have been cleared, but how soon will the plows come to your neighborhood? An average Roy Burnett with story coming up on WJZ.
Piles of snow packed on top of roofs on Marcus, Washington. Coming up, how people are rushing to remove the weight from their roofs before they collapse.
Eyewitness News at 6 starts right now.
The storm's finally over. WJZ's team is on it. We'll get you through it all as Maryland digs out. Special coverage starts right now.
This is WJZ TV, Baltimore.
In your community, where you live. Now, it's WJZ, Maryland's news station.
Hello, everybody. I'm Denise Cope.
And I'm Vic Carter. Here's the people we're talking about. First warning weather coverage, of course.
Yes, and it's going to be a very long and difficult recovery from the record blizzard of 2016. The cleanup is going to take days, maybe even longer. People throughout the region are hard at work. However, this man using a snowblower to clear the sidewalk in front of his business. Other crews using bobcats and other equipment. Sky Eye Chopper 13 captures this snowplow hard at work in Baltimore County just before the sunset this evening. And a live look outside right now from Sky Eye Chopper 13. Where do you put all that snow? Crews now dumping a lot of it in the parking lot at M&T Bank Stadium. WJZ's live with first warning weather coverage. Derek Belcourt with a look at the situation in Baltimore County. Joy Burnett is surveying the mess on the streets in the city. But first up, WJZ investigator Mike Halgren, who explains this unprecedented storm is going to require patience and a lot of hard work. Mike?
And Denise, we've learned the cost of this storm will be in the billions of dollars. We're getting help from crews in other states here. The big message from MEMA is to continue to stay off the roads with particular concerns about side streets. And Baltimore County is telling us there are some roads that because of conditions they simply can't plow right now. A state of emergency remains in effect across Maryland from this record-breaking, deadly storm. Right now, many primary roads are in good shape, but hazards remain as crews clear shoulders. Some smaller streets remain a mess, and there have been several accidents.
Whether it be, Baltimore City, Hagerstown, Frederick, the larger cities or towns, they're back streets are the problem.
Contractors clearing the snow can barely keep up with demand.
Just overwhelming, really. It's record snow, so we're just going and plugging along and doing what we can as fast as we can.
Tad Podbilski, who drives a track loader, says at one point he was getting almost 100 calls an hour.
If I had enough equipment, I could probably retire today. That's how bad. Everybody in one suit is just out of hand.
And you couldn't see how covered the region is with snow from the ground. This is the view from space. NASA images show a white blanket over the mid-Atlantic. The storm cleanup could cost more than $3 billion along the East Coast, and Maryland will ask for federal money to help.
We're getting the guidance and the direction as to exactly what paperwork and bureaucracy we need to follow through that. We're in that process.
Flights resumed at BWI Marshall Airport as life gets back to normal across Maryland. Authorities urge patience. Recovery could last through the week and beyond. Now, many schools remain closed tomorrow, and the state of emergency will remain in effect at least through tonight, and that allows extra resources to the local jurisdictions, including the National Guard. Live at MEMA headquarters, Mike Halgren, WJZ Eyewitness.
Side. That's how Baltimore Mayor Stephanie Rawlings Blake describes the colossal task of removing snow in the city. 11 News I-Team lead investigative reporter Jane Miller is live downtown at the emergency operation.
Really? Oh, yeah, I can lie.
A big car like that is so impractical in New York City. Why can't your mother keep up with the times?
Exactly. Grandma's so out of it. I got...
Comedian Jonathan. A nose ring? Through your nose. The nose on your face. Are you crazy? Who put a lame brain idea like that into your head?
Dad, my friend Nyquila has one.
Nyquila? You're taking beauty tips from someone named after a stuffy head fever so you can rest medicine?
Dad, you are just so far behind the times. Mom, you'll understand.
The need for patience cannot be overstated. Major streets have been cleared, but a normal rush hour may be a while. So we're on Druid Hill Avenue, which heads south, and ordinarily it's 2 lanes, but now with all the snow on both sides of the road, it's all squeezed down into 1 lane. And then you got the problem like we have here on Utah Street. We're not far from the Lexington Market. You can see these huge piles of snow. This is at Fayette Street, and they take out an entire lane altogether. Pieces of equipment have been brought in to load up and haul snow away. The storm broke records, dumping far too much to merely plow and push.
Understanding the challenges of this historic blizzard, I've been bringing in additional resources from as far away as upstate New York, Ohio, and even Canada.
Fire officials say calls for medics are running higher than usual, with complaints of chest pains and people needing prescription refills. Some smaller neighborhood streets that are hard to plow were still totally snowed in today. The city asks people shoveling out to be creative where they put snow, don't throw it in the street.
It's usually filled up with cars parked, but I guess no one can park here.
All things considered, city officials believe they've managed the record storm well.
I've never seen us get control of reducing the gridlock of the entire city so quick.
The police department reports that since 5 a.m. there have been 65 traffic accidents. Compare that to just 3 in the same period of time yesterday. So that means people getting out and about, they got to know what they're doing, and it is still some treacherous driving out there. There will be no trash pickup tomorrow in the city. That's going to start again on Saturday. There are 2 snow melters on their way here. They'll start tomorrow. That could avoid the need to dump snow in the harbor. Snow's being dumped all over the place on land in Baltimore. And finally, there is a piece of equipment that we haven't seen in person yet, but I was watching it work on the video from the city's cameras today. It is an enormous snowblower. It is on loan from Boston, and the mayor said she saw it. She was blown away. Reporting live tonight from downtown, I'm Jane Miller, WBAL TV 11 News.
We say pardon the pun, yeah. Okay, Tom, something I'm noticing. Timing is everything. I was finally able to get home about 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. My concern immediately was my deck. Didn't want that sled. But the difference between the snow yesterday, shoveling it, and today, oh my goodness, it's packed down now. It's a lot heavier. There you go.
I know, a lot more work ahead of us, that's for sure. Temperatures today did get above freezing in many areas, and so that started to melt things down a bit. But notice we're back to freezing now at the airport and in parking, and it's going to go down to the 20s tonight, so watch for a refreeze and some icy patches. Good news is we've got winds coming out of the south and southeast now for most areas. That's feeding some warmer air into the next system. Notice temperatures off to our west, even up to Cleveland and into Buffalo, are in the 40s, so that means the next system coming in with those southerly breezes. That'll bring us mostly rain showers tomorrow afternoon, and the snow will remain farther to the north and west over the typical snowy areas up around Milwaukee, Minneapolis, and the northern Great Lakes. So it looks like a little rain is on our way with a hint of a warm-up. We'll see if that pattern continues when we check out the 7-day forecast coming up.
Tom, see you in a bit. This weekend storm stretched from the Gulf Coast to New England. At least 37 deaths in 13 states are being blamed on this monster storm. Knee-high snow in our nation's capital forced a shutdown of the federal government today. The storm pushed lots of water along the New Jersey shore, and that caused flooding in several communities and put many people out of their homes. And record snowfall in New York prompted officials there to issue a travel ban.
Well, of course, the storm brought travel to a screeching halt in Maryland with flight cancellations, lots of them at BWI Thurgood Marshall Airport. Amtrak and Mass Transit were also affected, and passengers should expect limited service in the coming days. 11 News IT reporter Lisa Robinson is live in the newsroom with that part of the story. Lisa.
Well, Donna, people could not wait to get out and about, and if you use public transportation, you're going to have to wait until it is all available. Not every mode of transportation is up and running, but what is running? Hey, here's the good part. It's free.
I am ecstatic that the buses are running. You know, you get cabin fever, so it's good that it's free.
Lauren Heyman and many other MTA riders are thrilled for their free mass transit rides today. CEO Paul Comfort says for him, the offering is a no-brainer.
Today we're working to give great service with the limited service we had, and it's a snow recovery day, and I just felt like, let's do something different.
While running, buses are not up to a full schedule because many streets still need plowing. The light rail is closed, but the MTA is running snow trains to clear the wires and tracks and hopes to have it running between North Avenue and Hunt Valley Tuesday. The subway is moving, but only underground.
The subway was nice. It only runs from Endowment to John Hopkins, but we were going downtown to church on Park Avenue, and it was 12 o'clock mass, and so then we came back up and going home. I guess it's just cabin fever. I had to get out.
Some more trains are expected to start moving Tuesday.
Maybe about half the number of trains, but running all day. So that'll be our game plan for tomorrow.
Penn Station Amtrak continues its modified schedule in the Mid-Atlantic region. Acela Express, Northeast Regional, and other services between Boston and Washington, D.C.
Now, Amtrak passengers who had reservations on affected services are being contacted and accommodated on other trains with similar departure times or offered alternate travel dates. By the way, the MTA, free today, but tomorrow you will have to pay. Lisa Robinson, WBAL-TV 11 News.
Thank you, Lisa. And our coverage continues in the free WBAL TV mobile app. You can check the complete list of closings and delays and see how the cleanup efforts are progressing throughout this area and find out how much snow fell throughout Maryland and download our app today.
Still ahead on 11 News, hot commodities.
Now, the problems area stores and gas stations are experiencing